Hey, what's up, everybody? Jasper Gonzo here. Another What's Next. Well, I'm going to try to get out of politics for a little bit on this episode. And, well, I can't get past the wokeness, unfortunately. It's there. It's like a cancer. It festers and eventually kills you. We delve into the world of comics. And once again, unfortunately, instead of putting out good storylines, building around existing characters, canon, they decide to basically adhere to the wokeness, and jackassery follows. Let's take a look. This comes out of Bounding in the Comics. DC race swaps another redhead. Yes, just like Another Day Ends in Y, another race swap. Nia Robinson cast as Carrie Kelley in the CW Gotham Knights series. Despite surviving the leap from her debut in The Dark Knight Returns from both DC Comics and a current continuity, and cameo in a Titan series, Carrie Kelley has been announced as the next redhead comic book character to receive a race swap, because that is Carrie Kelley, the original character. As announced by Deadline, Kelley will be portrayed by CW's upcoming Gotham Knights series by Nia Robinson. The actress best known for her role as Nia Baxter in the Ravens series, Ravens Home. Really, nobody watched that, so who cares? Fearless, idealistic, and plucky as hell, Carrie talked her way into being Batman's unlikely sidekick. Read the description of her character provided by the trade news outlet. Not really. If there is a burning building or a person in need, she's the first to rush in, just as long as she's home by curfew. As noted above, since her introduction in her first issue of Frank Miller's seminal Dark Knight Returns, Kelley has always been depicted as a white-skinned redhead, even with her introduction to the main DCU in 13, Batman and Robin Volume 2, just as a woke trend of race swapping under the guise of my representation began to pick up steam. And for those who really like the animation, I would heavily recommend The Dark Knight Returns. Of course, Carrie Kelley, with her character intact, is in that two-part Blu-ray. Yeah, it's very, very good. However, sorry about that. However, with Robinson's casting, Kelley now joins such fellow DC characters as Hawkgirl, Cyclone, and Artemis on the list of established red-headed comic book characters who in recent years have been arbitrarily race-swapped because of the wokeness. Daughter. Okay, I'm not going to go any further with that, only because I want that to play into this. This comes also out of Bounding in the Comics. This was a story originally done in December of 2020. Every single redheaded comic book character that has been race-swapped. Film studios have made it a habit of race-swapping redheaded comic book characters, and we go into the list of all of them out for you today. This is an ongoing list and will be updated as needed. Of course, this was then. Of course, there's been more added to it, I'm sure. Here we go. Number 1, Cyclone, Justice Society of America. The upcoming Black Adam film featuring The Rock recently announced that Maxine Hunkel, aka Cyclone, who first appeared in Jeff Johns and Dale Eaglesham's Justice Society of America number 1, will be played by Quintessa Swindell. Yes. Hawkgirl. The CW race swapped Hawkgirl in both Arrow and The Legends of Tomorrow. The character was portrayed by actress Ciara Renee. Iris West, of course, probably the most famous on the CW. Sorry about that. The CW race swapped Iris West in their Flash series, and character routinely crossed over throughout the Arrowverse shows. The CW's version, the character portrayed by Candice Patton. Yes, they tried to make her Flash in one season, and of course, it fell flat on its face. The character was also expected to get a race swap in Zack Snyder's Justice League, but in theatrical version, the character was cut. She's expected to show up again in the upcoming Snyder Cut version of Justice League. In that version, she will be portrayed by Kiersey Clemons. And of course, spoiler alert, she was never shown in the movie. They cut that scene, and smartly, and rightly so. The Auburn hue will be showcased throughout much of the DC animated movie universe and can be seen in screenshots below. Of course, that is Flashpoint Paradox. Very good. Coming in, Jimmy Olsen. Yes, the red-headed icon was replaced and, of course, race-swapped by Mehcad Brooks to play the role in the CBS series Supergirl, which later went to CW. And, of course, then the show tanked after that. As you can see there, that is the original Jimmy Olsen. Wally West. Yes, that is Wally West right there. But, of course, for those who don't know who Wally West truly is, that is what you've known him by. Like Iris West, CW also race swapped Wally West in the Flash and Arrowverse universe. The character was portrayed by Kenyon Lansdale. Starfire. Yes, that's Starfire. That's what we all know Starfire to be. Starfire was race swapped in the DC Universe and HBO's Max, and now HBO's Max Titan series. The character is currently portrayed by actress Anna Diop. No. Starfire first appeared in DC Comics Presents number 26, created by Marv Wolfman and George Perez in 1980 as part of the New Titans. Batwoman. Yes, Batwoman. Batwoman was mostly race swapped in the CW Batwoman series. Actress Javicia Leslie portrayed Batwoman, as she is the brand new character named Ryan Wilder, because she's not Batwoman. It's Kate Kane. April O'Neil. Yes, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles character April O'Neil would be race swapped in 2018. In the animated series Rise of the Teenage Turtles, she was voiced by Kat Graham. Yeah, that's April O'Neil. Stop. Of course, Commissioner Gordon was portrayed. Of course, he's always been a redhead, but of course, in the Batman film, he is portrayed by Jeffrey Wright, and you pretty much know where I'm going with this. So let me just end that there. You see where I was going with all this. And again, Another Day Ends in Y, another race swap. I'm surprised they didn't make her not only black, but also in a wheelchair with rickets. You know, why not? There's a trans character in the canceled Supergirl, which of course everybody was like, you know what? Why? She was a created character. They just threw her in there just because, because of more representation. You got to get more representation because there has to be diversity and inclusion. Forced. You've got canon. You've got history. You've got existing characters. Create new characters. It's not fucking hard. Create new characters. This is lazy shit. But this is CW. That's why CW's ratings have tanked over the last 5 years, because of stupidity like this. And they continue that route. And Warner Brothers just keeps on feeding them. Here's blank checks. Make it rain. And CW says, sure. You're not going to stop us. You're not going to tell us any different, because, DC Comics is not going to step in and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, no. Leave the characters as they are, as they were created to be. No, because you got woke infestation at the highest levels in DC Comics. The reason why comics are trash today, both DC and Marvel. But it's not Ukraine, Russia. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we catch you guys next time. Peace.